Hey, good morning, Internet fans. It is Thursday, April 9th. Therefore, it is Internet Marketing Thursday. And as usual, I have Virginie Dorn with Business Website Center on the other side. Good morning, Virginie.
Good morning, my young friend. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Yourself today?
Again, as always, cannot complain. Healthy and happy.
All right. Good to hear. Sorry I missed the last couple of weeks. I had a couple of other projects going on. Well, I had one project going on, and then I had a marketing conference in Phoenix that started at 8 a.m., so I wasn't able to break out from that. But lots of good information. Today, we are going to continue the conversation about YouTube, and I think as a business owner who embeds videos or shares videos on YouTube, one of the most frustrating things is to embed that video on your website, have it play through, and then YouTube is so kind to say, hey, here's some more videos you should check out, and one, two, or all of them might be your local competitors. And there are a number of different ways that you can control the way your YouTube video shows and plays on your website, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, so those actually are easy changes to make, and like just as you mentioned, some people are just not aware those options are available on their YouTube channel. So maybe we'll just start with some screen sharing. Will that work?
Yeah, that sounds good, and I'm assuming you're going to go directly to YouTube because they've actually made it very simple in the sense that all you really need to do are click a different buttons, and a lot of the changes they'll actually show you live while you're on the screen, so you can see exactly what it looks like. And it looks like the internet may have froze. Well, I'm gonna just kind of ad-lib here. Hopefully Virginie didn't get dumped. Joys of modern technology. Essentially what it is when you go in and share the code on YouTube, there are a number of different options that you can check boxes, or if you like the code, there's a simple little code that you can pop in that'll actually block the videos from playing on the back end. One of the things that I've started doing on my end is actually stripping out a lot of the video player controls, just so I have a very clean presentation when videos show up on my website. And well, I see she's still with it. Oh, you're still there. I didn't hear anything.
And you're back too. Yes.
Oh, did you freeze too? I froze?
Yes.
We both froze. Well, I just kept on talking, so I have no idea what's going to happen on the live side. Are you going to go ahead and switch over to the screen share?
Maybe not. I'm not sure. Like, it's my YouTube page right now is doing a bunch of funky stuff, so I'm giving it a few seconds to refresh itself. Maybe YouTube doesn't want for us to divulge their secrets. Okay, it stopped. So yes, I'm on Google Plus. As you know, that's where we do our hangout.
Right.
Yeah, so it's Google Plus who was doing his little refreshing.
Okay.
Let's see if hopefully it works. Are you able to see my screen yet? Or maybe we'll...
Not yet, it's black.
Okay.
It's
yes.
Thinking.
And as I mentioned before, we really can't complain too much about those big players like YouTube and, you know, Google. It's free of charge in most cases.
Right.
So you get what you
Well, you know, and I've used some other services, you know, even like GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting, and they have technical glitches too. It's just the reality of this world that we live in.
Yes. So my screen share doesn't want to work.
All right. Well, tell you what. I wasn't planning on it, but let me go into.
Why don't you do it?
Let me try it on my end and see if we can. We'll go over here.
And perhaps you could walk people as when they first arrive to YouTube, there are two types of videos to embed. If it's the video that belongs to someone else, then is hosted on their channel, And they, in most cases, they can embed it. There's always the legal question: are you allowed to do that? Also, they could make a private settings which will stop you from embedding their video. Now, if you're on your own YouTube channel, of course, you should not have any problem embedding your own video.
Right. Okay. Hopefully we are. Are you able to see my screen?
We're all good there.
All right. Perfect. So if I go to, let's see, when's the last time we talked? Well, here's the last screen share that we did.
Okay.
Or the last webinar that we did, and basically I'm logged in, by the way. So this is my channel that I'm logged in. This is a video that I'd like to share about how to actually incorporate videos into your website. If I click on the share button down here, it's going to bring up, this is the first share that I think you were talking about, that you can, if you just want to show this video on social media, if you want to send it in an email, something like that. This is simply a link to the website.
Yeah, so can we go back to the first option? So that's the direct link. You can copy and paste it on your website, but it will link to the video page. Or you can, to share, you just click on the little icon. So if you want to share it on Facebook, you will click on Facebook, and if you're logged in into your Facebook account, it will automatically put the link there. And the last thing I want to mention on that page is there is a start delay options now. So if you had a 10-minute video and wanted to start it at 5 minutes, you will show 5:00, and it will start it at exactly 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So what we're talking about is this link right here is just a clickable text link. All it's going to do is link to this page. And then if you want to do the start at, this is the part that Virginie was talking about. I can put :05, it's going to start at the 5-second mark. Or if I put a minute:5, then we're going to start at the minute 05. So when I share this link, you can see the code is actually changed. See if I can get it. And it's added the 1 minute 5-second mark to the video. So that is a clickable link. If you want to embed the video into your website, a lot of times people click embed. The iframe code is right here. They copy and paste, boom, they're done. What they don't realize is if you click show more, there's actually more options down here. And then Virginie, I'm not sure what the defaults are right now because I've pretty much turned everything off. But one of the big ones is the very first one that says show see if I can enunciate, show suggested videos when the video finishes. So this is a big one for me, simply because if I'm targeting search engine optimization in Santa Rosa as an example, well, there's other SEO companies around here creating video content, and YouTube is trying to find like-minded content, and therefore after this video ends, they're going to try and find relevant content.
Yeah, so it definitely should be marked off, just like you have it, or checked off in most instances. Now, just a little funny anecdote. Not too long ago, you had to know coding to overpower the iframe code YouTube gave you. And then when they realized everybody figured out how to do it, they just added that function with a little checkbox marks there.
Yeah, and it's this is it right here. Right at the end of the video is $rel = 0. Yes. That is the code that you can actually, if you want to go back into, if you already have videos posted on your website, all you need to do is just copy and paste $rel = 0 and put it right after the video code. So this is the actual, this is my ID, if you will, for the video.
That is correct.
All right. So the next option down here is to show the player controls. And that's going to be like the play button, the, what else is down there? I think the time and some other options. I like to strip it out just because I like a really clean look.
I do too.
Okay. And then the last one is going to be the, or excuse me, not the last one, but the second to last one is show the title and player actions. And that's going to be right up here. This is the title that I've put into the video, how to incorporate video into your website. It'll actually show up at the top of the video if that checkbox is marked. If it's not, you'll see that it's gone. And then the last option is enable privacy enhance mode. Be honest with you, I've never messed with this. Do you know much about this one?
I can't remember to tell you the truth. We do it through the code. Typically, we don't use that GUI interface YouTube provides. What does it say if you click on the?
It takes you to an embed video and playlist. Here's the privacy. Enable this option means YouTube won't store information about visitors on your website unless they play the video. So it must be cookies.
Yes, analytics and so forth. You know, there are some agencies, I think some government agencies, and there's some industries, they're not allowed to put cookies on their website or any kind of a digital platform they use, just by whatever regulation. So perhaps this could work for them. You know, they're not allowed to have cookies and capture information. They could turn it off. But I do like to have the data, obviously, because we do want to know, you know, how many people there, what's their gender, what's their average age. Data is key nowadays.
Right, yeah, definitely. So typically, let me actually go back. So for me personally, when I set up videos now, I am basically all of these boxes are unchecked. I don't have any of this, and the reason why is it gives me a really clean display, and I am trying to make everything as clean and simple these days. The other thing we didn't talk about was the video size. You can also change the video size to make it relevant to the I guess the positioning on your website. So depending on how big or small the space is that you're placing the video, you can go ahead and do that, or you can actually choose a custom size also. And I could put something in here, and then they'll automatically format it for the correct ratio.
Yeah, and in some instances, maybe you're worried about that video showing well on the responsive design. Just a little trick, you could fix the width and make the height auto, and it will, you know, there are ways to also make the width 100% of the screen, and then you make the height auto. And what it means is it will adjust the width to the size, and it will automatically calculate the proportional height of that video for the screen size being used.
Oh, very nice. Now, I don't see that as that's not a direct option. You'd have to go in and code that then?
Yeah, so when you look at your iframe, the iframe code starts with bracket, iframe, then width, and it has the number of pixel.
Right, so right here, we're at the very beginning. You see the little, I always forget if that's greater than.
Well, you see the 1080, which is the pixels.
Correct.
Place that number of 100%.
And you got to be careful anytime you make changes in here.
So you have to put a percentage sign.
Quotation marks.
Yeah. And then the height could be auto. So that works on most websites. Some websites have the primary code, then overwrites this, so that depends on your site, but on many sites this works very well.
Okay, so would that be CSS could overwrite this then?
Correct.
Okay. All right, well that's a new one for me, and then obviously if you wanted to change it where it was the height, well I guess it probably would never be the height, it would always be the width more than likely.
Correct, it's better to do it that way.
All right, very nice.
And,
all right, very good.
You know, you can also add styling. So in some instances, you might have images on your website and they have a class, a style. Maybe they have a little border, a little shadow, a little rounded corner. Let's imagine that class is called Ryan. If you apply the class Ryan to the iframe, it will add that corner and that shadowing to the video on your site.
Oh, very nice. And that's something you would just do, you would just plug it in here.
Correct. You will enter class equal quotation and then the word Ryan and quotation. So you
class equal
quotation Ryan something, whatever the name of your class is.
Whatever. Yeah, you got to know what your class name is.
Yes. And this will apply that class, which is the styling, to the video. So all your videos and your images have the same feel and look throughout your site.
Okay, great. Now I put that class right after the height. Is that correct?
It doesn't matter. As long as you put it between the iframe brackets, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it truly doesn't matter.
All right. Very nice. So now this is definitely advanced coding at this point. And so you'd want to either find out from your webmaster, what your CSS is, because now you're calling to another part of your website to control the styling of your video. And you need to know what that class name is. We were just using Ryan as an example.
Yes. But as you can see, once you do it once, it's like bicycle. You will never forget how to ride the bike. So I have a lot of clients, when we do a website for them, we typically put the initial of their company as their class name. And whenever they add a new image on a new page or add a video, they just remember very easily because that's the initial of their company.
Right. That's a good idea. All right. Very interesting. So there are some set default changes that you can make just by clicking boxes, and then there are some advanced changes that you can make just by knowing a couple little shortcodes.
Yes.
All right.
I always tell people, just a little something. If they want to play with it, just create a new page in your CMS, put a video, play with it, take a look how it looks. Once you're satisfied, then you can put it on one of your live pages.
All right, perfect. Okay. Unfortunately, we're over a couple of minutes, so I got to call it. I know. I'm a stickler for time. Darn it, people got things to do. As always, I want to thank you. I personally learned some great information, so I'm going to have to make sure I go back and see how I'm styling my videos and my website. So I thank you for that.
You're welcome. Have a great week now.
Will do. Thank you, Virginie, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.